Hello, there's something I want to discuss with the community today. Why do communities fail? Think about it. A neighborhood needs better internet. A town needs reliable power. A group of farmers needs shared equipment. A coastal community needs cold storage to store the catch of fish from getting spoiled. The need is obvious. The people are there. The money is there too, scattered across the many households. So why does nothing happen? Because we have been taught that there are only two options for us. You wait for someone to do it for you, or if you can afford it, you do it yourself. Both options fail, especially to the common man like you and I. And communities just, they just stay stuck. But there's a third option that I want to offer to you, one that's been working for 1,000 years, and almost nobody talks about it. I know the person who talks a lot about that, not really a lot, but it's not a lot because nobody talks about it, is Dr. Shahid Bolson of Middle Nation. I'm a fan and a follower, really. I'm Geoffrey, founder of Jamaa Waqf. Let me show you another way of organizing your community and living a dignified life. So let's look at what Jamaa Waqf is. I'll start with the problem. Here's the pattern, if it sounds familiar to you. A community identifies a need. Maybe it's infrastructure. They need power, water, connectivity. Maybe it's a shared resource, equipment, facilities, transport, school, whatever it is that your community needs. These are the options that are available to you. One, you wait for government. You submit requests, you vote for the right people. You wait, years pass, budgets get cut, priorities shift. Maybe something gets built. Maybe it doesn't. And even if it does, you don't control it because you don't own it. That's just the way it is. Let's go to the second option. You wait for a corporation to come. If there's profit in it, they might show up. They will build it, own it, and charge you for access forever. You're a customer, not an owner. Ownership is the name of the game. And if the profit disappears, so do they. The corporations move where the money is. Option 3, you can wait for charity. An NGO or foundation swoops in, they build something, photo op, press release, then they leave. 5 years later, it's broken. No maintenance budget, no local ownership, no sustainability. It's just there rotting. Option 4 is the DIY option, which you do it yourself. One family cannot afford it. 10 families cannot afford it. I mean, say you want to build a road or a supermarket for your community. So it never happens because you just don't have the capital. The need sits there, obvious and unmet, while everyone waits for someone else to act. This is the trap, dependency or impossibility. And we need to break out of dependency or impossibility trap and take charge. But what if there's a way out? And indeed there's a way out. Here's what I started asking. What if resources already exist? Okay, just scattered. What if 1,000 people each have a little, but together they have enough? What if instead of waiting for an outside savior, communities became their own investors? Think about it, okay? And what if, just what if, instead of a one-time donation that disappeared, those pooled resources created something permanent, something the community owns forever? This isn't a new idea, it's an old one, and it works. Here's the model. It comes from Islamic tradition, but the principle is universal. Here's how it works. People pool resources to create or acquire an asset. That asset is held in trust, not owned by any individual or corporation, but by the community permanently. The asset provides benefit, a service, a resource, sometimes even income. And that benefit flows back to the community, not once, forever. For over 1,000 years, Waqf funded hospitals, universities like in Egypt and elsewhere, of course, bridges, public utilities, infrastructure that served generations. Jamaa Waqf takes this model and opens it up to you, to anyone, anywhere. Jamaa means community in Swahili. Waqf means endowment in Arabic. Community endowment. That's what Jamaa Waqf means. Communities owning their own futures. Let me make it concrete. Say a rural area needs a solar microgrid. The cost is $60,000 US, and no corporation is interested because there's not enough profit to be made. Government has other priorities and charity isn't coming. Now you are stuck with yourself and your people and your community, and apparently helpless, but you're not. But what if 600 households contribute $10 a month? That's really on the low level, $10 a month. People contribute more than that. But what if? Because these are realities. That's $6,000 a month. In 10 months, they own a solar microgrid together and permanently. Now that microgrid powers homes and businesses in that community, or even beyond. Maybe it generates income through energy sales. That income goes back into the community fund. That income goes back into the community fund. And this fund funds other projects that the community members come up with. One project after the other. So this single project creates momentum for the next and the next and the next. The community didn't just get power, they got capacity. They're going towards independence. They became their own institution. This works for community broadband in areas corporations ignore because there's just not enough profit there. Shared cold storage for fishermen, people who go sea, or probably they have cooperatives. Agricultural equipment for small farmers. For example, I come from Uganda. There's lots of farming going on here and farmers just don't have the equipment. They could use WAF for that. Community health facilities, water system, schools, you could fund all of those things together. Anywhere people have a shared need and the willingness to build together, WAF is their go-to. And why now? For most of human history, this kind of coordination was hard. You needed someone in the same village. You needed trusted local leaders to manage the funds. You needed physical proximity. Now we have tools. We can coordinate globally. We can pool resources across borders. We can create transparent systems where everyone sees where the money goes. We can connect communities with shared needs to communities with shared resources. The model is ancient. The technology is new. The opportunity is now. And if you have reached here, thank you. Don't forget to subscribe, please. So JamaaWaqf.com is building this right now. A platform where communities anywhere can propose projects anywhere in the world. Where people anywhere can contribute. You contribute within your communities. You don't need to send any money to the platform or anything. The platform just organizes you within your community and puts the infrastructure digital mainly to make sure that everything is recorded, everything is done right, and soon we shall be getting to the blockchain, so things are permanently on the system. So again, as I was saying, a platform, Jamaa Waqf is a platform where communities anywhere can propose projects, where people anywhere can contribute, where assets are held in trust, community trust, your own community trust, permanently, and for community benefit, your own community. We're just getting started, and I'm looking for founding members. No donors, no customers, just members. People with shared interest, especially in progress. People in a new, people who need a new system. People who believe that communities shouldn't have to wait for permission to build what they need. People who understand that collective ownership is more powerful than individual charity. People who want to be part of something that lasts, those are the people I want. Here's what I'm asking. Go to JamaaWaqf.com, sign up. The link is in the description below. You don't need to contribute any money right now. Just join, learn how the model works, be part of the conversation. Because the way things work now, waiting, depending, hoping, it's failing communities everywhere. You feel you're powerless, yet you have all the power. You just need to come together. Jamaa Waqf is it. I'll see you inside. My name is Geoffrey. Subscribe for more information on this community and its collective infrastructure and how it works. My next video will be how the Waqf model funded civilization for 1,000 years.